Hi, I just wanted to make a quick video about one of the first things you can check if your dryer isn't putting out any heat. You would have to open your dryer up. Every dryer is going to be different. On this one here, this is a Samsung with the built-in drawer underneath. I had to pull the top cover off, and then I had to pull the front panel off and work my way down. This is more of a video though for the heating element. This is one of the first things you'll check. This is your heating element will usually be in a housing like this, and then you'll see coiled up wire. That's your actual element itself. On this one here, this is typical for most. It has all your thermal fuses and stuff built into it. But what you want to do is you'll see, I already have this one unplugged, but you'll usually see your wires plugged in. You have your wires plugged in. You're going to want to pull at least one of your wires off when you do this test, because if you have them both connected, it could cause a false reading. I've already been beyond that step on this one, so I just went ahead and unplugged both wires. And what you want to do is you want to connect the leads to your multimeter, one on each prong. So you got one of your leads on each prong of that heating element. Always make sure you're unplugged before you do any of this, because you can get shocked from that. Take your digital multimeter. This is one of my favorite meters. It's not one of the top of the line brands, but it's one that I prefer. I think this was my first meter that I bought. So you want to put it on. My batteries are dying, so I have to play with this one a little bit here to get it to stay on. So you can leave it on your resistance meter, which this one shows open load. That means I have an open circuit in that heating element. Or you can switch to continuity, which is what I usually use. You'd be looking for an audible tone. There's no audible tone there, and it says open load. If this were a good heating element and you had it set on continuity test, you would hear that sound there. That's the sound you would hear with your leads connected. But since this one is bad, like I said, you're not going to hear any sound, and it's going to say open load. On a good one also, if you didn't have a continuity option on your meter and you were on resistance, instead of that OL, which is open load, you would see, like, I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 30 ohms. You would see some kind of ohm rating. You might even see something closer to 0. That's letting you know that this circuit is still complete and it's not broken open. And I'll show you what this circuit looks like here in a second. So after taking the heating element housing apart, you can see all the burn here. And then I can visually see that it's cracked right there. So it's open circuit, open load. That's why you see an OL on your meter. It's not really necessary to track that down. It's sometimes going to be more difficult to find the break. This one was pretty obvious. But if your meter's telling you that it's an open load, it's probably broken somewhere. So you can usually rely on the meter. And then I already purchased my replacement here on Amazon. I got that with a new thermostat, a new thermistor, a new thermal fuse, and another fuse there, all for around 30 bucks. My fuses are good. My thermistor looks good. It's always a good idea to replace your thermostat if you have one with it. Sometimes these thermostats, they're mechanical inside, so they might not open and close circuit at the right times due to age and heat. So if you're this far, you might as well throw your thermostat in there. And I just wanted to make a quick video on one of the first things to check with a no heat situation in your dryer, and that would be your heating element.